Hey everybody, Scott Klein here, and I wanted to do a video for you managers on a couple of things. So I've got a class going on this week, and this conversation came up in the class, I think, on yesterday. And I figured, you know what? This would be a good topic to share with everybody because, none of you guys have been through my training class, so you don't really know what I do up there, which I think we need to get on the same page because I do certain things up there, and then when they come out of the class, I get feedback and I hear things like, well, that's not the way we really do it. That's not the way we do it down here. And the subject I'm going to talk about today is one of those things where, the way I teach things upstairs, and then when people get out of my class and they actually start working deals, they say, well, that's not how they do it here. So I want to get on the same page. I really think that we all should be on the same page. I shouldn't be doing things up there that's not congruent with what you're doing down here. So with that being said, let's talk about working deals. Let's talk about working a deal. And there's really two ways to work a deal. And I'm going to go through both scenarios. And I'm going to tell you right now that I feel the way you're working deals is the incorrect way to work them. So, and that's why in my training class, I don't teach that way. I teach a different way. So, but on the other side of the coin, hey, if you want me to do it your way, tell me, baby, tell me, and I'll do it your way. I don't have a problem doing it your way. I just don't feel your way is the right way. So here's what you do, and then I'm going to tell you what I do. So the way that you guys do it is and again, this is more for the subprime customer, because we deal with a lot of that obviously in all the stores. So this deal is more on the subprime variety as opposed to a primary customer. So this what I'm going to talk about is going to relate to most of the deals that you're working. This is like the exception. This is more the rule. So here's kind of what you do is, a customer comes in, and again, there's a road to the sale, right? There's a process, a 10-step process. And in my training manual, which again, you guys, I think, have had copies of it or have had the opportunity to read it. I don't think you have, but another subject there. But again, in my training manual, there is this steps to the sale, the 10 steps, right? First step is meet and greet. Second step is fact finding. That's part of the process. So the way that you guys do it, I think, in most of your stores is customer comes in, you do a meet and greet, but your second step, it's not fact finding. It's credit app, baby. It's like, let's go right to the credit app and find out if these people can they even buy. So you don't have a fact finding for the most part. You have meet and greet, and then your next step is to pull credit. So I'm going to tell you, I don't believe in doing it that way, because basically what you're doing is you're pre-qualifying everybody into having bad credit. Because if a customer comes in and they can freaking buy the whole store for cash if they wanted to, are you going to ask that guy, hey, we need to see what you can qualify for, right? You're going to piss somebody off, and they're going to say F you and walk out, right? Because you pre-qualified them, you profile them, right? So find out what their credit situation is by asking questions. That's what I teach in my class is don't assume that everybody's got the disease, even though they probably do. Let's find out. Let's do a diagnosis. Let's find out through asking questions what their situation is, as opposed to just assuming that everybody that walks in the door, let's go pull credit, right? But with that being said, so let's face it, most of them do have a challenge, right? So here's kind of the way you're working your deals is the customer comes in, you pull credit, the salesperson asks the customer how much money they have to put down and what kind of payments they're looking for. Now, again, in my classes, I don't teach, and I tell them that those are questions not to ask. Don't ask them how much money they have to put down. Hey, let's tell them what they need to put down based on what they want, as opposed to asking them. Now, I know you're probably scratching your head going, well, why would you do that? Why? That doesn't make sense, right? Here's why you don't want to do it. Because when you ask a customer, and again, how soon are you asking them this question? It's usually like within the first 5 minutes. Might even be before that, right? Meet and greet, credit app, how much money you got to put down. It's no more than 5 minutes into this brand new relationship that you're asking them how much money they have to put down. So the customer, of course, is going to lie. That's why you don't want to do it, because we all know buyers are liars, right? They're only lying when their lips are moving. So when you ask them in the first couple, 3 minutes, they don't like us, they don't trust us. So are they going to tell us the truth? Hell no. Hey, you might as well go up to the guy in the street corner and ask him for 20 bucks, because he's going to lie to you too. He's going to tell you he doesn't have 20 bucks, and your customers are lying to you. So now you're going to work this deal. You're going to try to back into a deal based on lies and deception. And when the salesperson brings the credit app to the desk, or now through BIM Solutions, and you guys pull the credit, now you ask the salesperson, well, how much money they have to put down. And the salesperson go, they got 500, maybe they don't want to put any money down. And you guys are looking at the deal, and they're upside down in the car, and they got a a Santander loan. And now all of a sudden you're thinking, well, what are they looking to buy, right? And well, they got a Versa, and they're looking for they're looking for a Rogue, or they need something bigger. Family's going, right? And you're looking at this deal going, no way, it ain't gonna happen, right? They need at least $2,000, or they need 1,500 or whatever. And now you send the salesperson back out there and tell them that, hey, we're going to need more money, right? So they go out there, and of course the customer said, no, man, we ain't got it. We ain't got it, right? So now you bring a manager out there to TO the deal, and the manager's out there trying to get money. And at the end of the day, the customer, they end up leaving, right? Because you guys are trying to back into a deal, and the customer's telling you a freaking lie, and you're believing it, and guess what? They're walking out the door. Now, here's the thing. I could stand out in front of your dealership, and you guys could do the same thing. You could stand out there, I could stand out there, and we could watch people walking into your dealership, right? And we could say, well, that guy can't buy, and that guy can't buy. Well, that guy over there, he probably can buy, and that one over there, he might be able to buy. But those people, no, they ain't buying, right? Now, here's the thing. Being experienced car guys, we would be right most of the time, right? We would be right most of the time. Just like when you're working your deals, and you're looking at these deals, and you're thinking, this ain't gonna happen. Now, this ain't gonna work, man. Again, you're probably right most of the time. Most being the key word there, right? Because you're not right all the time. I wouldn't be right all the time. And the times you're gonna be wrong is costing you deals. It's costing your salespeople deals. It's costing the dealership deals. And you're not maximizing the opportunity. I'm real big. That's one of my key words, maximize. Hey, when somebody comes into the dealership, you want to maximize the opportunity. It's like squeezing an orange and getting every last drop out of the orange. You want to make sure that you've done everything you could possibly do to not miss a deal. And the way you guys are working deals is I'm guaranteeing you're missing deals. You got people walking out the door because you didn't maximize the opportunity. You guys all heard this, and go back to when you first got in the business. You learn the steps to the sale, and your trainer said, or manager, whoever it was, they said, hey, dude, if you shortcut or skip steps, you will miss business. And that was true 25, 30 years ago, and it's true today. If you shortcut and skip steps, I know you'll agree that we will miss deals. So look, you got 10 steps, right? You got meet and greet, you got fact find, you got trade, you got service walk, you got select, you got a presentation, you got a demonstration, you got write up, you got visit the desk, present numbers, negotiate and close, right? And then delivery. 10 steps. I just named them all, right? Boom, boom, boom. So here's the thing. When you guys got a customer that comes in, right, you basically do a meet and greet, and you kind of do a fact finding. You kind of do the first 2 steps, and guess what? That's where your deal ends. You didn't do a trade walk. You didn't show them service. You didn't show them a vehicle. You didn't do a presentation. You didn't do a demonstration. You didn't do any of that stuff. You didn't write them up, right? Hey, Wayne Gretzky, I know you heard the quote, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Well, you know what? You miss 100% of the deals you don't pencil. It's the same concept, right? So with these people, you're skipping and shortcutting really the whole freaking process, man. You're blowing them out in step 2 as opposed to going through the process. So that's how you're working the deals. I'm telling you, that's not the right way. The right way is to go through the sales process, and then you'll find out whether they can or will buy a car. That's the only way to maximize the deal, folks. The only way to maximize is to go through the steps, hit them with numbers, and then work for cash down at that point. after they've already driven the car, after they've got excited about a car, after they've smelt the car. Now they're emotionally involved, they're emotionally attached. And we all know the power of love is the most serious and most potent emotion on the planet. And if you can get your customers to fall in love with your car, guess what? They might do crazy things in order to come up with $2,000 to $3,000. Whereas if when you ask them back in step two, trying to pre-qualify them or trying to hard qualify them, they don't know what kind of car they're interested in or they're going to end up in. They haven't driven that car yet. They haven't got their emotions involved in that car. Of course they're going to lie to you. Of course they're going to tell you they can't come up with it. Makes sense, doesn't it? But now if you've gone through the steps, the other good thing is too, because the salesperson has gone through the steps, the customer now likes the customer, trusts the customer, they like us, they trust us, they actually want to do business with us at that point. You've given them opportunities to want to do business with us, and guess what? You're not going to miss deals. And I know why you want to do it this way, because you feel like you're wasting your time. You feel like you're wasting your sales people's time, but guess what? You're missing deals. So which one? Hey, which one's more painful? Knowing flat out that you're missing deals, or knowing that you might be wasting some time? Because yeah, you're not going to put all these deals together. You know, I'm not that naive to think that if you keep working all these deals, every deal is going to fall into place. No, I already know that. But here's the thing. Here's my guarantee. If you work the deals like this, you're not going to miss any deals. Right now, you're missing deals. I freaking guarantee it. So with all that being said, but here, hey, at the end of the day, if you want me to teach it the way that you guys are doing it, I'll change my process. I'll go from meet and greet to credit app if that's what you want me to do, and I'll show them how to hard qualify. Trust me, I know how to do all that. If that's the way you want to do it, let me know. I'll change it. But if you don't, let's start working the deals the way they're supposed to be worked. Fair enough?